Alright, tubes. I got my sled made, and we got it all shellacked up and everything. And we got a little dirt bike with us here today.
Tubes.
And Mike.
How are ya?
And I think last I left yous off, I had sent this cup home with Mike with explicit directions on what to do with it. He was supposed to put this in here and screw it in place and everything. And if you recall, when I first made this, I said I was only doing it this way because I didn't feel like cutting a new hole and threading it and doing everything else. But what Mike did is he brought this back. He made us a billet one, which is pretty cool. And he actually tapered it, which is what I wasn't going to do. But I'm not that good on the lathe. And
yeah, that was yesterday's project.
it's actually so good.
Well, there's actually a burr on that, so you got to watch. See the burr right there on that key? I'm gonna file that off real quick because you can feel it. And I don't want to mess the taper up because I'm not gonna put a keyway in this new one, whereas there was a keyway in the original here from the original flywheel. I think that once we put this on there and tighten the nut, we're not going to have to worry about. It's going to have enough grip for us to start the engine with a rope, you know. And the key really is more for alignment, for timing, you know. Anyway, so
yeah, a lot of people don't know, but all your generators come with a tapered shaft.
yeah, most all of them, all the small ones.
And if you on the flywheel, and if you ever try to take one off, it's virtually impossible without doing it. It's so tight. So I don't think we're gonna have any trouble with that. But right now, we're just gonna have to put a rope holder in there to pull it.
Right, we got
this little groove. But talk about cool, huh? That's really gonna add to the looks of that.
I think it looks good.
And I don't even have to paint it. All right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna mount this, and then we're gonna try and find a mount for the propane bottle, and then we're gonna try to mount this somewhere and try to make it all look pretty decent.
Right.
So, all right, buddy, let's go. We'll figure it out.
All right.
All right. We didn't do a whole lot tonight except maybe a little brainstorming and bouncing stuff off of each other, and we came up with a lot of good ideas.
Yeah, a lot of that.
A lot of what we're going to do and how things are going to look, and all the hoses and stuff that we're going to have to get for this, and just to make it look right. But that's where we're at. So this is going to be a short video. We did put this on here just to see how well that fit, and that's going to be fine. And Mike's going to figure out how to plumb all this and what fittings he needs. So
you got a little parts list here.
Yeah, he's got about the little list, about $100 worth of parts on that tiny little list, just in fittings.
Yeah, stuff's expensive.
It does. It adds up fast. Even this little pipe here, this stuff here, all these little fittings, they're all $5 a piece now.
Yeah, especially in loose.
And then you get into a valve like this, you know, you're talking 30, 40 bucks sometimes. But price is no object. We got to get this thing running for these guys. Well, we got it running for these guys. We got to make it look good.
Right.
Ready for the shows. So that's
right.
where we're at. We just it was an engine night. We had a good night. We bought a couple peaches, and that's about it. So, all right, say goodbye, fellas.
So long. Bye, tubes.
All right, tubes. Enough of this. All right, I figured I'd add this to that first half of this little video because that was so short. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a groove in here for the rope. And I was originally just going to drill a hole, I think it's about 5/16, and then cut away with the cutoff wheel or something like that, you know, and then just file everything down. And that would have been alright. I mean, it's only a rope star. Would have been a little crude, and it would have looked okay, but I took some measurements. This is the original cup star here. Took some measurements, and I'm trying to do this with my left hand here. That angle there, turns out that's like about a 60-degree angle or something. You know, these cheap little gauges and stuff, you know, they come in handy for a few things. But anyway, like I say, it's about a 60-degree angle. And like I say, this hole here is 5/16. So instead of just drilling and hacking it up like that, I was going to throw it in the mill here and take all this apart and excuse all the fumbling around here, but I'm doing this all left-handed. Yeah, I was going to grab a V-block and stick it in here and throw it up on the mill and stuff like that. But Mike had this all nailed up and stuff, and I figured, see what I was going to do? I was going to stick it in. I was going to stick it in the machine this way, and then come at it from the side. But since Mike has all this stuff hooked up, this here will probably just fit right in this little vise here, and it'll pull up tight. But that means I'm going to have to come in at it from the front. So to make things a lot easier for myself, all I have to do is take this vise and throw it on a 60-degree angle there or whatever, so it'll be straight. So I guess we'll try that. Where'd my little thing go? Yeah, it doesn't have to be much. I measured this, and that's only about a ½ inch. I don't know if you can see with the glare and stuff, but it's only it's on a slant here, but it just goes a ½ inch deep, so it shouldn't be too tough. Alright, let me move this stuff around and see if it's going to work for me. Alright, I got the old cup in there, and it looks like it's about where I want. Like I said, this isn't all that critical. See, if Mike would do something like this, he would make all kinds of calculations and stuff, and it would come out right, but I don't have the smarts for that. You know, Mike is exceptional when it comes to the trigonometry and stuff like that, so now that I got that basically where I want it, I'll just take this cup and stick it down in there and hope for the best. Alright. Alright, seems to be doing pretty well. Clear some of this out here. Try to look in the camera and look up here at the same time. Looks pretty good. A little cutting oil on there. Aluminum cutting fluid. That's the ticket. I'm sorry about leaving you out of the frame there, but I'm trying to look around the sides. Alright, let me do a little more cutting and we'll get back to you. Alright, I think we're just about there. So let me shut this down. And take a measurement. Alright, let's see. Looks like, I don't know if you can see that, I put a little pencil mark there, but looks like we got our ½ inch. Might not look it like that because of your angle, because we got a little fuzz sticking out on the sides here, but I think we're where we want to be. I didn't think it was going to leave this much of a mess, but I guess we did take quite a bit of material off. And let me get it out of there, and then maybe we'll file it up and clean it up a little bit. Alright, I cleaned it up a little and filed it down, and I'm happy with it. Came out pretty good. Looks almost identical to the other one, so we'll call that done. I'll throw it on the machine there and see how it looks. Everything looks good on there, and I think it'll work just fine. Alrighty, enough of this.